Hey everybody, I hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving holiday break. I know I did. Unfortunately, I didn't do very much, so I'm still a little bit behind. I'm going through unit plan submissions today and tomorrow. Then I hope to watch all the videos Wednesday and Thursday. So hopefully by the end of the week, I can have all your feedback on your unit plans. If you're not yet finished with the unit plan, please check in with me. We need to make sure that we're on pace to finish that. I did want to give some more direction about what I want for the December videos. So if you remember at the last PLC, I talked about how I wanted you to pair up and give each other feedback on student work. Here's the protocol, here's that expectation, and it'll feed directly into our last PLC, which is December 11th. So sort of consider this as your like post work out of November's PLC and your pre-work into the December PLC. We'll go over how this went and then do some wrap up stuff with the program on December 11th. Cool. Here's what I want. So it's the December video. It's not a classroom video. It's going to be just you talking about student work. But it's going to be peer analysis of student work, and we're going to use Athena. So our big idea then is you'll be grouped with another teacher, and I'll share those groups in just a second. Each of you will share your thoughts on one case study student's work. So Julie, for example, would pick one of her case study people. She would, in a video of roughly 5 minutes, discuss what she's seeing in that video, what the unit plan was all about, what the assignment was all about, all that stuff. And then Julie's partner, who is Jeff, would watch that video and then answer questions, give feedback based on the student work, but also the process that he was hearing Julie talk about. So that's generally what we're doing. We're focusing on this. If you remember, we're sort of informed by TeacherWorks high leverage practice. You can see this is the high leverage practice if you want to know more about that. In terms of partners, so I want Lynn and Nate to work together. So by working together, I just mean Lynn will post a video, Nate will look for Lynn's video and offer feedback. Lynn will do the same to Nate. Jeff and Julie are other partners, as are Marlon and Peter. Marlon and Peter, I'm hoping that I can get our expert math ally to jump in and maybe offer some feedback as well. I'm not a great math mind, so I was hoping that that could be a cool way to get some more feedback as well. But here's what we're looking for. So week one, and I'm calling week one today through next Monday, so 7 days. You're going to submit your own video to Athena. So you're going to have student work. You're going to talk about what you're seeing. You're going to link the student work within Athena. I'll show you that in a second. Week two, then you could even do this week one if the video is there. But week two, find your partner's video. So again, Lynn would be looking for Nate. Nate's looking for Lynn. Jeff is looking for Julie. Julie's looking for Jeff. Marlon's looking for Peters. Peters looking for Marlon. You're gonna watch the video about the student work. Actually, look at the student work that's attached, and then offer your feedback. That's generally what we're looking at. So going a little bit more specific. The week of November 27th through December 3rd, so the next 7 days, you're going to be sharing that student work. So you select one case study student's work. Again, just one. It doesn't have to be all three. This is required in part 5 of the unit plan. You can either finish part 5 to inform this video, or you can use this video to inform part 5. Doesn't matter to me either way you want to do it. Please address the following in a succinct Athena video of roughly 5 minutes. It could be longer. I just don't want to stress you out by thinking that you have to fill space. But things that would be nice to see or nice to hear about in that video where you're analyzing your own students' work. What was the unit's focus? What was the assessment? How did you assess it? Like what was the process? Did you use a rubric, etc.? Who is the student, the one that you're spotlighting? Why did you choose them? You can certainly use fake names or initials if needed. You can black out names on any student work as well to keep that anonymous. It's up to you. And then be sure to attach all student work samples and any rubrics to your Athena video. Again, I'll show an example of that in just a minute. Actually, I'll just do that now. That might be the easiest to see it. So this was from last April with the previous fall starters, the guys who were right ahead of you. So this teacher is Chris, and Chris did like a screen grab, showed some student work, talked about it for about 8 minutes, sort of walking through. And then if you click this eye, you can see that Chris linked the various student work here. Please do that. So you're going to link files to your video when you upload it. Link any appropriate student work, any rubrics, anything that's helpful to share that you'll be talking about. Also, when you record this video, make sure you share it with everybody so your partner is able to find it. And then you can see Chris did this whole video, and then the really cool thing is he was in a group of 4. I did this in bigger groups. It was a bigger group in general. You can see that then Melissa asked some questions, and Samantha asked some questions, and then they went back and forth with Chris, and he went back and forth, and they had a conversation just about the student work they were seeing. So we had more eyes on the student work, more thinking. That's exactly what I want to see from you guys. Obviously, there might not be as many comments in here because there's not as many people, but a nice, thoughtful video where you're analyzing student work. The student work is linked. The video is shared with everybody in our group. You talk through some of the questions we were just talking about here, the focus, the assessment, that type of thing. And then if you have any specific questions, like what are you seeing, or I'm worried about this, or are you seeing the same thing I'm seeing? Yeah, ask your specific questions. Then the other person will go in, watch the video, and give some feedback and some thoughts uh, in the comments. Cool. So week one, just post your video. That's all I want to see. Then week two, you're looking, that's December 4th through 10th, you're looking for your partner's video, and then you're giving some feedback to their specific questions. Some other things to consider. You don't have to answer all of these. But when you're looking at the work, what does the student understand, not understand? What is the student thinking? Why do you think that? What does the student seem most interested in? What type of feedback would the student benefit from? What next steps could the teacher take with this student? And what teaching strategies might be most effective? So you're hearing the teacher talk about the context. Now you're looking at the student work yourself. You're thinking about it as if that was your student. What would you do? What feedback would you give? What would you do next? Generally, what do you think? Um, and then before December 11th, we just love for you to wrap up any conversation loops you're having with your partner in either your video or their video. But definitely do go back and read the comments on your video. We'll use some of that comment and some of this experience to debrief at our PLC on December 11th. So, real quick, what I'm looking for is by December 3rd, a video of you analyzing student work from your unit plan, answering these questions generally. You don't have to answer those questions specifically. If there's something, another direction you want to take it, please do that. And then that next week, December 4th through 10th, you're finding your partner's video and you're offering feedback on the student work, sort of along the lines of these questions. Again, you don't need to answer all of them. And then ahead of PLC, close any loops, look at your video, and we'll do a little activity around this. That's all I've got. If you're struggling to complete the unit plan, struggling to complete anything else, please reach out to me. We need to get this figured out so you can get your license in a timely manner. Thanks so much. Really excited to dig deeper into those unit plans and give those feedbacks in the next couple days. Same with your unit plan videos. And I'm excited to see you December 11th when we wrap up the program. Thanks a lot.